Let's go! Ladies, take over. You already know what time it is. Get in here, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. I got to make sure I share. Now that we're live, I got to share. You guys got to get in here. We have a juicy show. And you already know Ladies Takeover show is the best show. Come on. Let's go, ladies. Let's go. There we go. There we go. We're sending stuff. I see everybody sharing.
Thank you, Sean.
What up, Sean? Thank you. We appreciate you. The greatest CEO of the Let's Talk Football, man, Sean Spencer. What's up, Anthony?
Hello, Mr. Fingers.
Your NFL team may not have made it, but your college team did. Your college team did, Anthony. What's up? What's up? Man, we are so glad you guys are tuning in. Oh, you guys are joining. This is great. Yo.
Hey,
what's up? Man, we are so glad that you guys are tuning in. If you didn't know, we are the best show, the Let's Talk Football Ladies Takeover. We are here. It is another Thursday. Yes, another week has gone by, and we hope that you guys had a great one. But we're just going to introduce ourselves. I am Janae Struther, and the wonderful person above me is...
Hey, it's Delilah here. Co-host of this fabulous show. I agree. It is the best. We did get voted best new show.
Woo-hoo!
We won't forget that. Andrew, we await a trophy or plaque. I don't know.
Yes.
Or cash. But anyway.
Either one.
And I'm also co-host of the Roundtable on Tuesdays with Anthony Handy, who's in our comments, and Mr. Nick Rosario. This past Tuesday we weren't on because Nick was celebrating his big birthday in Vegas.
Woo!
Can't hate on that. I hope you made some money because I know you were in a poker tournament. So shout out to Nick. I hope you made some money over there. But
let's go. All right, who do we have right next to her?
I'm Ash, and you can find me here, obviously, now that I came back. And on Swinton's Unfiltered over at Squid Rips, where we talk football and talk football cards. Look at this. Speaking of football cards, look at this really cool. It's like clear and it's rainbowy and it's a CD.
I love it. Woo!
And then I also am on the fantasy show when fantasy is happening. That's over now, but yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Look, we're on all these shows. All right, Kate, who do we have?
I am Kate, the creator of this wonderful madness that is the Ladies Takeover. I brought this idea to Sean, and he said, sure, let's do it. And then I'm also Mr. Tom Brady's biggest fan, and I will defend him to the death. And I will tell you that there's no way in hell you're going to ever get me to not love him. So anyway, but I am Kate. I also, until I decided I was going to go to all the football games this year at the Big House, I do the college show with Sean and Alex occasionally.
Okay.
So I've been here and there whenever I'm needed. So with that, Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. Who is that wonderful person under Kate?
My name is Nicole Klychak, and I'm here live reporting to you guys. We are a Saints fandom here in my own house. We run this show with you guys, beautiful ladies. And then we have the NFC South Takeover, which is with Andrew, Kyle, and Sean.
Let's go.
So we're having fun. And yeah, we're just cruising.
That's what I'm talking about. See, we are the Fab Five, whatever you want to call us. You are seeing us today. Shout out to you guys, man. We see all the comments you guys are writing. We love you guys. Please let us know any of the topics that we bring up. We want you guys to chat with us. What's up, everybody? We are super excited to have you here, but we got to get on to the beginning of the show. First, welcome to our show. We're so glad to have you every Thursday right now, 8 o'clock. We cannot wait to talk football with you guys. So, Delilah, we got to kick it off with the very first segment of the show. Yes. Women in the NFL. Woo!
I'm all about women empowerment. I mean, it's one of the things that I talked about when bringing this topic into this group. I really respect women in their roles, and I think a woman's place can be in the NFL. And
Exactly. We want to show you guys and highlight women that are currently in the NFL, not necessarily playing. We all know that women don't actually play the game, but all aspects, journalists, any realm of the NFL, we like to cover it and teach you guys a little something. So who do we have today?
All right. So we have Robin De Lorenzo. She is the third female official for the NFL. We've actually covered the first two on the show, Sarah and Maya. And so now we have Robin, and she is known as that. She's the third NFL female official. Like I said, hopefully one day we'll stop counting, and eventually just be like, hey, here's this referee, and I don't have to spotlight them on the show anymore. But here we are. Robin De Lorenzo. She is a New Jersey native, so she is from the Garden State.
Jersey.
Yeah, she made her NFL debut this year during the past season. Sorry, the preseason of the Giants versus the Patriots preseason encounter on August 11th, 2022. Robin started off her career in a lot of different athletic ways. She was a cheerleader, and then she kept on like through high school and college, like just kind of being involved with sports. Her father, Rich De Lorenzo, is also an official, and so he refereed high school and college, and so she kind of kept learning from him and from her father. So for 20 years, more than 20 years, Robin has been an official from high school to the pros. Robin was the only woman regularly officiating high school football games in New Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah, and she also became the first one to work a state championship game at the high school level. And she also, and so she also in 2020 served as a line coach in the XFL, which, as we know, it's coming back, right?
Let's go.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson decided to hey, let's make this happen.
Let's go.
But anyway, so she also was an official there in the XFL. She has seen over 100,000 plays on the field, right? Because it's over 20 years of officiating experience. Her family and herself have a passion for the sport. Like I said, she worked along her father, who has decades of officiating experience. Then she went on from high school to actually be an official for the Big Ten conferences. So she actually, you guys may have seen her in the sidelines, but she was one of the only women actually officiating Big Ten conferences.
That's cool.
Yeah. So the first thing, one of her last games that she actually was a part of was the 2022 Fiesta Bowl. So she was actually an official there. She was a down judge there, and so she moved from line, because it's different positions, I know. So she was a line coach, but then now she's a down judge, and so that is her position also in the NFL. A down judge, they're the ones that make sure that everyone is lined up properly. They keep track of the saves. They're responsible for marking the ball and a bunch of other things. They are the closest to the trainers on the field because it's just kind of where they're positioned and stuff. And she said, one of her quotes is, "I've always loved the actual game of football since I was little. I got to be honest, though, my father being official, it never dawned on me that I can do this because there were no women doing this at the time. So even growing up, even having her father being a referee, she never thought that was possible.
She could do it. Yeah,
that she could actually be a referee in the pros. And here she is, the third, female official. She's still out there. She's done a lot of. She's the girl. I don't know if you guys remember the story, like earlier in the season. She is the referee that Mr. Tyreek Hill was flirting with on the sidelines. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I remember. I do remember.
She was the official. And by the way, she is engaged to be married, so it's not like it's not like she asked to be hit on, but it is what it is. But yeah, so that's her. So she's out there consistently, actually officiating a bunch of different games. And so yeah, that's Robin De Lorenzo.
Let's go.
One of our NFL referees, the third, woman hired to do that. So hopefully we see more.
How awesome is that, man? The third referee, like Delilah said, we would love to have more. So this is not a rare occasion.
Yeah, and she said she loves the sport like us. She's like, I love football. I grew up watching football. Like
Absolutely, man. So I just think it's amazing, for what she's doing. Like she said, 20 years in the game, and now look, she's got to be considered as one of the elite. She's playing for the NFL or refereeing for the NFL is on the next level. And imagine just being a little girl watching her dad, and now she's at this position now where she's doing it. She is making history. So I just think that's awesome. Anybody else got anything to say? Because that's freaking phenomenal.
I mean, I recently had to discover, because of her, I discovered a little bit more about reffing, and knowing about being a down judge and having to be the closest to the coaches. And you guys seen some of these coaches and how they can react, scream, and yell. And it's mostly at that guy or girl now, right there,
100%.
So she's got thick skin.
She does, because she's been part of a few controversial calls.
It comes with the territory. Man. Anybody else got anything to say?
I just think it's awesome that we do have more women refs, because the reffing world is brutal. I mean, brutal. Like right now in the state of Michigan, we're even having trouble finding refs to do the high school games because of how brutal the fan bases have become and how brutal the parents and coaches and everybody else has become. So to be a woman, a ref in the NFL and dealing with all those men and those coaches and the other officials and the crowds and everything, you have to have a very tough, thick skin. And I'm proud of the 3 women we do have. And I'm proud of Robin for taking that chance and saying, you know what, I can do this.
Let's go.
Join this big old boys club and join this vicious world that can be the NFL, because we all know it can get brutal. I mean, I've seen some of those coaches yell down those refs, and it can get ugly. So I'm proud of these women for having the thick skin, the tenacity, and the guts to do it. Yes. Because we need more women refs in the NFL, because we all know men aren't always right.
Absolutely, Kate. Absolutely. All right, Ash, you got anything to say about it?
I know. I mean, it's just amazing. I don't care, man, woman, whatever you are. I just want good refs. So I don't screw over the game and make game decisions. Yes. But I mean, good for them. That's a job I would never want to have, because I'd be screaming right back in a coach's face if you want to get in mine. So props to them for being able to deal with all of that.
100%. You got to have super patience. I don't know if I could do that either. I don't know.
I couldn't do it. No way. I would yell back too.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, look. Please don't mess with these ladies, okay? Please. Hey, but at the end of the day, I'm so glad we get to highlight more women in the NFL. Please look her up. Robin DeLorenzo, please look her up, because she's absolutely dynamic, and you'll be seeing her more. So now when she's out there on the field for games, you'll know who it is. You can shout her out, and you can say you learned it on the Ladies Takeover. Let's go.
There you go. Yeah, and if you see Tyreek Hill walking over, that's her.
That's her. Absolutely. All right, guys, we got to get on to our next segment, which we do every show, and it's so important that we continue to do it. What do we got?
All right, Ash is going to do this, but before, if y'all want to grab some water, go for it.
I think it's really nice that someone like Hayden Hurst is coming out and being like, look, you're not alone. Mm-hmm. I'm a big, tough football player, and look at me. Like, I went through it too. Like, anybody can go through it. Doesn't matter how, like, if you're an athlete, if you're a man.
Let's go. The cause in the NFL. And this is so important, because we like to highlight these causes. And if you feel led or you want to donate to these causes, please do. But we have a special one today once again. And what do we have?
Right. This week, I chose to do 15 and the Mahomes Foundation, mostly because I thought the Mahomes was very punny.
The Mahomes!
I was like searching, and I'm like, I don't know. And then I found it, but I'm like,
I do like that.
I mean, as a teacher, this one kind of hits. I feel it in my soul. So the 15 and the Mahomes Foundation, their mission is dedicated to improving the lives of children. The foundation initiatives focus on health, wellness, community resources, and other charitable causes. They have a Read for 15 is like their big program that they do, and it encourages children to develop a love for reading. Children and their parents like vow to take on the pledge, and they can win cool prizes for reading for this like 15-week program. They read for like 15 minutes for 15 weeks to support 15 different charities. It's pretty cool. Like the money they raise goes towards academics, science, art, classroom supplies, athletics, children with disabilities, after school programs, and like a ton of different stuff. So it's just encouraging youth to read, which I love because I say all the time at my job, I don't care about math, I don't care about science, I don't care about anything. I just want you to read.
Yes.
You can learn all those other things as long as you are able to read. So I love it. And then I do have a quick video, which let me see if I can figure it out.
Let's go.
Oh, I did it. Got
Woo!
Trot into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Late throw comes near side. Kelsey at the 5, angling left. Touchdown. The NFL MVP.
What's up, kids? Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes here, and I'm looking for some students to join my team of superstar readers. To get on the team, take the Read for 15 pledge. There are so many cool benefits to reading, like discovering new places, learning new words, and expanding your imagination. Reading every day is a good habit to form. Remember, when you take the pledge, you're committing to read for at least 15 minutes a day for 15 weeks outside of school. You can do this. We will have some cool prizes throughout the program, so don't give up. How many books can you read in 15 weeks? I can't wait to hear about every last one of them. Go Chiefs.
Woo! Woo! That's what I'm talking about, man. Superstar readers. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
I'm a fan.
I
love it.
I think that is very important. I mean, like you said, math, all the subjects I know are important, but reading is so fundamental. It is so important to life. It's something that you will do. We definitely want.
Way to ruin a good segment.
We are talking about reading and empowering kids to read. Guys, I just can't win. I can't
read
win.
the room.
Yeah.
Read the freaking room, Sean. But it's okay. It's okay. That's how he is. But ladies, how do you guys feel about 15 and the Mahomies?
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm excited. I've never really. This might get me into KC. Hearing him talk about reading, and learning about stories. It seems like he just really wants to, root that into the kids. Because honestly, reading does a lot. It knowledge is power in a lot of things, So reading is so fundamental. And I absolutely love it. And I found out also too, he got, nominated for the Walter Payton.
Yes, he did.
I hope that, and I know 100% if he does win, and like also too, he does get even more money for the charity for my homies, and I love it.
I absolutely love it. I love it. My homies.
That is
Kate, how do you feel, Kate?
Well, the thing about reading is when you're reading a book, especially nonfiction, it makes your brain go to the place and envision what you're reading. So reading is such a multi-level thing to do, because then you're like going, okay, I'm trying to picture the character. Now I can see it. Now I'm thinking it. It provokes your mind in so much more ways than just reading the words on the page.
Absolutely.
So I just think it's really important that young kids especially get into reading and stuff, so that it's not just about, crunching numbers and math and learning facts and other subjects. It gets their brains really like thinking and
Yeah.
like, going places and the adventure in their heads, and that therefore they want to flip the next page and keep going and keep going. So I imagine a lot of these kids end up reading for more than 15 minutes a day. Because
Absolutely.
once you get it stimulated and get it going, you just don't want to stop and put it down. So I really appreciate Patrick Mahomes for doing this and this initiative to get his Mahomies reading, because it just does so much more than just reading a book. It gets their minds and brains just very stimulated, and I just think it's great. So I am a huge proponent of this initiative, and hopefully there's a way for me to donate to it.
Yeah, I think on the website there is a space I can go through and find out and post the link. I also really like it because, I mean, I taught 6th grade for a while, and there's 6th grade boys do not think reading is cool. Like 11, like up boys, a lot of them do not think reading is cool. So to have like Patrick Mahomes, who is arguably the best quarterback in the league, say that, hey, reading's cool, it's creative, it's fun, you should do it. I think that's awesome.
Absolutely. 100%. I love it. That was a good segment. I love it.
I love it.
I love
I
it.
love it.
Sean ruined it.
Listen, I'm an educator too, so I am a proponent of this. And it's not just Read for 15. He also has 15 for 15, which is he actually gives money to already established like education initiatives. So like on academics, science, the arts, because that's another thing that I'm a proponent for, and athletics. I'm always angry when the first thing that people cut is the arts and athletics. I'm like, please stop doing that. I'm like, the reason a lot of kids come to school, let's be honest, is not because, and I think education is important, but if you want them to keep coming to school, you got to keep that athletics and arts going, okay? It keeps kids motivated. It keeps them want to come to school because they're like, I have art today. I have music. I have gym. I have, you know what I mean? Like, it does keep kids in schools. And he also supports children with disabilities, which they always get left behind, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because you have visible disabilities, but you also have invisible disabilities that people don't see that kids are struggling with. So I really do support. I am a huge fan because, I'm an educator. As an educator, Kat, who's always in the background supporting us, she's an educator. Janae, you were a former educator. Yeah. So like, it's so important that we give money to these places because unfortunately funding isn't equitable across the board. We know that. And so anyone that pumps money into schools to get them to read, because man, let me tell you, you are right. Like oftentimes boys more so than girls are like, why am I reading this for girls? This isn't blah, blah, blah. And for me, I'm just like, read whatever. You want to read a graphic novel? Because I'm so against people who are like, that's not a book. Yeah, they're reading. Let them read a graphic novel. Okay.
That's exactly what
so
Sean
like,
I know they're interested in
yes, let them read whatever it is they're
where
reading.
They're at. Absolutely.
Yes, whatever they're reading, let them read it. Okay, like just get over the whole like, oh, you have to read a chapter book, you have to read this. No, let them read what they enjoy to read, and that's how you cultivate that. So thank you for the Mahomies, because that's cute. I really love that name.
I'm gonna be saying it all day now.
Mahomies. I love it. So thank you, Ash, for bringing this forward because I think this is super important. Education doesn't get a lot of love, so I'm glad there's other people out there doing it.
Absolutely, man. What a great segment, Causing the NFL. We hope that you enjoyed it, and we hope that you continue to come back to the show because you are going to learn something about a positive cause every week. All right, so we got to get on to the very next segment, which is a great segment, right? We love this segment because it's a hot topic. And I just freaking love it. That's why I love this man. He's a big guy. He's a big, massive piece of magic. And I just freaking love him. Josh Allen is my hot player of the week. And we were just talking about Kelsey being hot. Josh Allen is hot in every way for me too. I love him. Hot players. It never gets old with me saying massive piece of magic. So this is a great segment. Hot players of the week. Who was your hot player? Ladies and gentlemen, we need you to write in the comments and tell us who you thought was absolutely a hot player last week. They deserve to be shouted out. Let us know because this is our segment where we get to shout those things out. So Delilah, who was your hot player of last week?
All right. My hot player last week is someone who's been quiet this season, and that's Elijah Mitchell because he got the touchdowns when they counted, right? He got 55 yards only, but for the 49ers, he got 2 touchdowns that game, And so, like, it might not have been pretty. It may not have been, 100 yards or whatever, but he got it. He got it done,
Come on, let's go.
I know his rushing yards might not have been, stellar, but he got 55. And with those 55, he got the 2 touchdowns, right? And we know that the 49ers went on to win that game. Not that it mattered. They were already in the playoffs, but, they were fighting for seeding, right? We know this. So because of that win, they are the number 1 seed. And so Elijah Mitchell helped that happen because he got those 2 touchdowns. So, that's what I'm saying, because think about it. This whole season, he only recorded 279 yards rushing, right?
Yes.
Which, like I said, he was quiet the whole season, but he came in this game and said, all right, I got you, and he got them the 2 touchdowns with 55 yards. So kudos to Elijah Mitchell for making hot player of the week.
Woo! Let's go. All right, Ash, who you got?
My hot player of the week is Nyheim Hines. If you watch the Bills game, the first 2 seconds was like goosebumps, just amazing. After everything that's happened, Nyheim Hines took the very first play all the way to the end zone for 96 yards. I mean, I don't know, just watching it. I know I watched it, and then I texted everybody I know that watches football, and I was like, "Oh my god, did you just see that? Did you just see that? Did you just see that?" It's amazing. It was the first time they've taken it back to the house in forever. So that was also really cool. It was 3 months and 3 years since they've run it back to. I'm like, why did 3 just keeps popping up? So that was cool. And then he did it again for 101 yards. And I was like, there's just no way this is happening.
Insane.
Right now. So cool. I'm like, come on, he's got to do it a 3rd time.
Insane. That was crazy.
What was really cool about it, I mean, after everything that's happened, and then you have DeMar Hamlin sitting there tweeting about it, I thought that was so cool. I mean, that's best possible scenario that he was able to watch that happen and tweet about it and be excited for his guys. So he was my hot player because I just think that's a truly special moment that organization will remember forever. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And
Okay,
I like Hines, so
we see these people in the comments talking about daggone Sam Howell. Okay, congratulations. Yes, he had a great game. Shout out to Sam Howell.
I already said you ride that train. Choo-choo all the way into next season on that Sam Howell train. Let's go.
There we go. Exactly. Let's see how he works out because I remember you guys getting excited about a previous quarterback, but I won't mention that. That's okay.
Taylor Heineke effect all over again. I'll ride it.
All right, Kate, who was your hot player of last week?
I had a duo from Detroit. Because what did they do? They eliminated that bad man, Aaron Rodgers.
Let's go.
More I loved to see. And Dan Campbell's thing was, if we're not getting in, they're not getting in. And my 2 hot players made sure Aaron Rodgers was shut down. I had the rookies, Kirby Joseph and Aiden Hutchinson.
Woo!
Yes.
Kirby Joseph had 5 tackles and 2 key interceptions in that game. And Aiden Hutchinson made him his little baby 2 times and sacked him. And had 4 tackles. So, and overall, and Mr. Aiden Hutchinson is also the defensive rookie of the month.
Woo!
So Aiden's gotten that twice this season, which is rare. The last player to do that was Lawrence Taylor for the New York Giants.
Let's go.
He was the last rookie to ever get that twice. So anyway, Aiden is for the season has 52 tackles, 9.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, which is very uncommon for a rookie defensive man. Kirby Joseph, who was a late round pick, 5th or 6th round, has 82 tackles, 55 solo, and 4 interceptions on the year. So we have some very good rookie defensive players for the Detroit Lions that helped them have a first winning record in a long time of 9-8.
Let's
So
go.
the Lions are restoring the roar, and I'm just glad that these two rookies were key in eliminating Mr. Aaron Rodgers from the
Yes.
playoffs, so he can sit himself on the couch and watch.
I know we all appreciate the team for doing that. I know we all appreciate that. All right, Nicole, who was your hot player of last week?
Well, there was this guy, and I was watching the game, and all of a sudden he appeared to me. He appeared to me like a beautiful hot sun, so hot that his gloves were yellow.
Sunshine.
And you know who that man was?
Who was it?
Is that Isaiah Pachenko?
Oh,
Yes, he's my hot player of the week. I haven't looked too much at KC, but now with Mahomes and him with the yellow gloves, let me tell you, he's hot. He's hot in here. But he had one touchdown. They did win against the Las Vegas Raiders. So yeah,
Los Raiders works. Los Raiders works. They use it.
Los
They-
Raiders.
I love.
Whatever you want, Nicole.
I actually like that. We should call them that. I mean, they
I
were in
didn't like that.
California.
Los Raiders.
but yeah, he had 64 rushing yards, an average of 8, which is my favorite number. But for the game itself, they overpowered them with 168 rushing total comparatively to their 99. So this man is something to look at. He is a rookie. So if you see him on the field, you watch for those yellow gloves because they're hot.
Yes.
Gotta love a pair of yellow gloves. Gotta
I
love
love
a pair of
it.
yellow gloves.
I love it.
I absolutely love it. I love the way you let us into it because everybody's face is like, ooh.
Yeah,
That was the adventure when Nicole starts talking.
I did lean in like what?
This is good. This
No,
is
I
good.
already know who it is, but what?
Oh, I absolutely love it. Hot players all around. I am not giving Sam Howell a lot. He had a great game, so I'm not giving him a lot. I saw the comments. You guys are just giving it to us. Okay, it's okay. All right. So my hot player of the week is an honorable mention only because it was his last game. He is officially retiring, and you gotta shout out JJ Watt.
Good one.
JJ Watt, 11 wonderful seasons of football. Shout out to JJ Watt. He was able to get 2 sacks in this game, even though it was a complete blowout and San Francisco just took everything that they had and was like, I don't care if it's your last game. I'm just going to demolish you. I'm not even going to take my foot off the gas. I'm just going to pummel you on your last game. But I will have to say we got to shout him out. What a wonderful career he has had, to the point where, people ask his brother, like, oh, you think that you're better? And they're like, you can never compare to my brother. JJ Watt has done so many things for me. And in particular, he shouts his brother out hardcore because he knows that JJ Watt is a great player, maybe a future Hall of Famer. We
Oh no,
don't know.
not for sure. For sure.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
I think he will be first ballot. Like I know not a lot of defensive players.
Taking into account like who
Yeah.
they are as a person, but like
Yeah,
who he
but-
is as a person, and just what he meant to like the Texans organization. I don't know how you don't.
Yeah. Sticking it that long. With
Yeah, I think he'll be first ballot. I know a lot of defensive guys don't make it in first ballot, but I feel like he will be the guy who would
If
be one
anyone
of the few.
deserves it, then-
Fingers
Yeah.
crossed, man, because he's an absolutely great person. So he is my honorable mention. No, they did not win, but he went out with a bang. He did get 2 sacks in his last game, and shout out to JJ Watt. So, you
Yay.
guys that put out your house.
Woo!
We love that you guys are commenting. Please continue to comment. You guys make the show so special. And we just love for you guys to tune in. So we have another segment.
See, Sid and
Oh.
I agree on something. Look at that.
See, miracles happen every day, ladies and gentlemen. Miracles do happen. Now we got to get on to our next segment of the show, which we absolutely love. We got some drama. And NFL drama. And don't you always love some NFL drama? We do. So we like to talk about it, guys. We got to talk about the different drama that we have. And it looks like our boy Carr from the Raiders has said, chuck the deuces to his team. Without them doing it
my
first,
God.
he just said, you know what? I'm chucking my deuces now. Ladies, how do you feel about Carr just basically saying, before you can try to do it, I don't want to be here anyway?
All I got to say is, where does that leave Davante Adams, who left Green Bay to come join his former college football player and friend? And now Derek Carr's like, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya.
Yeah, but
I'm
at
out
the
of
end of the
here.
day, you got to be, Adams got to look at it like that. What
where
are
does
you
that
gonna
leave
do?
me?
But
Like-
what are you going to do? Like, what do you,
Right.
your friend is sitting there, they're getting put out basically like, we're going to
Yep.
trade you. And it didn't look
Right.
bad. And it looked kind of like Stidham and him connected pretty well.
They
Yeah.
did.
So
They
I
did.
just feel like Carr's got to look out for himself. I mean, I know Adams came over there for him, but you see the situation. They're getting ready to get rid of you anyway. Whether Adams,
Yeah, but we'll see what Adams decides to do from here.
absolutely, 100%. But I think he's got to stay this next year, right? Because they gave him a good couple-year deal.
I
Oh,
think
He could probably- he
get
could
out of that.
request a trade.
Brady is going. Oh no!
Oh,
no! No!
Carlos Raiders. Look at that, Nicole. Look what you started. I
Oh,
love
God.
it.
You know,
They're gonna be that forever. I'm gonna be like Los Raiders.
Brady is going to the Los Raiders. Okay, Brady. All right. That's what God says. All right,
Oh,
Delana,
dear
what you
Lord,
think?
help.
Listen, I think Derek Carr's not gonna have a problem getting out of that. By him posting that, like, he saw the writing on the wall. They were like, "You're not playing the rest of the season," even though it was like 2 games, but still, right?
Yeah.
Like, they benched you for your, for the rookie, or who was a rookie, right? Because it takes a few years, but whatever, still counts, right? His first NFL debut, and
Looked pretty
honestly,
good.
like, he looked good. And honestly, like, to be fair, like, I know people keep like jumping down Derek Carr's back. I'm not saying he's elite, but he doesn't suck. He was like top 5 passer like last season. Just last season,
Yeah.
he broke top 5 with insane yards. And people were making bets if he could break the 4,000 yards. Remember? Now
Yeah.
I did say he wouldn't, though. To be fair, I did say he wouldn't make it. But but it had more to do with, like, I knew, because it's a new team, new coach. That's always hard to kind of go over with, right? And you know what I mean? Like, and
And
I had
the
a,
offensive line isn't good. either.
yeah, exactly. So I just did not think that he would have the same amount of, like, you know what I mean, caliber. I just didn't see that
Absolutely.
happening. But, like, I think wherever he goes, because he is a serviceable quarterback, which we talk about that. All you need is, if you have a strong defense, right, who can stop the ball, right, at the other end, keep
Yep.
the guys from scoring, which the Raiders' defense sucks. Like, let's be honest, we know that. They're awful. Doesn't matter how many points you put on the board. If your defense can't stop the offense, they're going to outscore you, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
then if if you have studs on offense, right? You have an O-line and you have guys who can run, and you have, that's all he needs. Like, all he needs is, like, everything else, and just plop him in there and he'll be fine. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
Like,
Very true. Very true. All right, Ash, what you think?
I think Sean made a good point that you also have to remember Derek Carr was without his number 2 wide receiver and without one of who you could consider in the league to be one of the higher level tight ends. I mean, we're putting Darren Waller at like top 5 tight end in the league.
Yeah.
Without him most year, I can't stand Waller because he's screwed me over in fantasy, so that guy can get bent. But it was without Renfro, who even when he didn't play at the level he did last year, so that was underwhelming. Obviously, Davante Adams played excellent because he's Davante Adams.
He's Devontae.
At least without those two, Josh Jacobs had an incredible year, so shout out to him. That Sean made a comment is the problem Derek Carr. Josh McDaniels, the problem is Josh McDaniels, and the problem is that the Raiders are broke and can't afford to fire Josh McDaniels. So when you're looking at that and you're like, okay, I have Derek Carr and I have Josh McDaniels. I can't do both of them because it's not working. What am I going to do? You have to get rid of Derek Carr and you have to try to trade him and maybe get something that Josh McDaniels can try to build around. But good luck.
Absolutely.
I don't
Absolutely.
think Derek Carr was a problem. The most interesting thing I think that comes out of this is, where is Derek Carr going to go now? Because, like Delilah said, he's not a bad quarterback. I mean, I would put him in the same level as like Kirk Cousins. Like he can win games for you.
That's
He
what
can
I'm saying, right? Yeah.
Ben said that he could see him going to the Colts or the Seahawks. I think the Colts need to shut down that quarterback carousel they have going on with quarterbacks that have already played in the league and try to do something different because that's not working for them. I think I really want to see Derek Carr on the Jets is the one that I would think I'd be most excited for. They have stud rookies. Their defense is good. They have Wilson. They have Brees Hall when he gets better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Jets, I think, would be very fun to watch Derek Carr go to.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see kind of what happens. Now, Devontae Adams, like Kate said, I'm also like, what are you going to do? Because there's really
They locked them down, so I don't know. Because they
Devontae
gave
Adams
them-
is also not one that's going to be like, well, I'm not playing because I'm pissed off at the situation right now. Like Devontae
No.
Adams has come in interviews before and been like, I've been broke. Like I'm going to do my money. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he requests a trade or just tries to write it out, but it is interesting that he went there. And now the whole reason he went there is now gone. So
Right. You know, I think you're right. I think the thing is that with Devontae, I think he is a bigger person, and they did give him a huge contract for multiple years. And before Derek Carr left, I don't know if you heard this, but he gifted like a lot of players with like diamond pendants with their numbers. And so obviously he hooked up his boy who moved in next to him, which is fun. It's just like he bought a mansion right next to Derek Carr. It's like, well, I'm putting this up for sale soon. So I could see Colts or Jets. Like Colts definitely that makes sense too. And they don't actually, the Colts aren't a bad team. They just had a really bad,
How
really
do you not
bad.
want
Matt
him in
Ryan's
Washington,
horrible.
Sean? Why would you
Yeah.
not want him in
because he
Washington?
wants to ride the Sam Howell train, Janae. He's delusional. A lot of teams, the Jets, the Seahawks, Tampa, Washington, the Colts.
He could go any of those places and it'd be a better upgrade from what they currently.
Oh, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
Colts or
I've heard
Jets.
that, Sean, actually, about Rodgers going to Los Raiders.
He always said he wanted to go west anyway because that's where he lives. He lives in California. I don't know if y'all know this,
Yeah,
but
sure.
Rodgers is a Cali boy. He grew up a 49ers fan. He's talked about that multiple times. And he said that if, just in talking and casual conversation, Pat McAfee, which is not casual, but still, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But he has said he would, if he left, he would prefer a West Coast team because he lives in the West Coast,
That's
so
true.
it makes the most sense,
Makes it
if
easier.
he did leave. And Raiders, again, man, that would be, that his boys over there too, his number one receiver went to the Raiders, so I don't see that.
It could work.
I don't see that being a possibility. But if he does that, I'm sorry, AFC, because Jesus Christ, you guys already have crazy good quarterbacks, and then you add Rodgers to that. Good luck.
Nicole, how do you feel?
Well, there's a little kept secret in my heart that I have a change of heart time to time again. With this car deal, this guy, he left. It looks like he had ants in his pants. And he just got up and, I'm out. Ants in my pants. One thing that no one has mentioned, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, if we do want him or not. I'm looking out for myself and the New Orleans Saints because the only thing I say that is because Dennis Allen is the coach, right? And he played with him on the Raiders. And if he wants to go back with that and let them, do the tango, it could be a little bit dangerous. And I don't know if I want that or not on how I feel about this Carr guy. But if he likes to settle in the West, I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that too. Let's send him over there. Let's send him over there. But I mean, we got Carr's a great quarterback. I just hope he lands somewhere great. He is absolute great quarterback. And please let us know how you guys feel about Carr. But we got some more quarterback drama. It looks like Lamar Jackson from the Ravens has sent in his injury report, basically talking about, I really am hurt, guys, so I'm not going to play in the playoffs. How do you guys feel about this? Do you guys really feel that he is hurt, or do you feel like he is protecting himself and just saying, I'm not going to do it unless you're going to pay me my money?
I think it's a good PR move. It makes him look good that he's saying, oh, I'm hurt still, guys, but if I could, I would be out there. I would be out there if I could be, but I'm still hurt on an injury that was supposed to heal in 3 weeks, and now it's been 7 weeks, and I still haven't played, and I'm still hurt. I don't know. Maybe he is really hurt, and then I'll feel like a total terrible person. But to me, it seems like he's making money moves, trying to get deals done, making sure he doesn't go out there and either further injure himself or whatever before he signs a massive contract. So
Juicy,
I think he's just playing it safe. And it's a good move on him to say, I would be out there if I could, because that makes everyone think like, oh, he actually still is hurt, and if he could, he would. I don't know.
But would he? Delilah, what you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think again, so listen, again, everybody saw the max contract that Roquan Smith got, which for for someone in his position, it's huge.
Yeah.
Right? It's a lot of money. And so it could be a bit of both. Like he's like, I'm still kind of injured. He could probably play through it, but he's like, you know what? Why am I going to do this? Right? You're not gonna have money for me. And even though he has 1 year left on the contract, what are they gonna pay him? And he, to be fair, he's been honest about that from the beginning, about going back and negotiating with them. It's not like we don't know. He's always gone back to the Ravens, like, hey, they won't negotiate with me or give me a contract that I'm asking for. So from the beginning, when they knew his contract is coming up, right, to renegotiate, he's been honest in saying, oh, you know what? I'm done talking. Remember that when he said, I'm done talking. You're not going to offer me what I want. And so obviously they're not. Right, because I don't think the Ravens have a lot of salary cap to really spend, right, or enough. But and so I think when he sees that, he's like, "Why am I going to put myself on the line? My health." We've been talking about player safety and health, right? He's like, "Why am I going out there with my messed up knee, even if I could play through it? If you're probably not going to extend me, or if you are, you're not going to pay me what he feels he's worth, right?" And so like. I feel like it's both of those things. Like he probably really is injured at the same time. He's like, why am I going to put my body on the line? Like I said, all these shows have been talking about player injuries for a long time. And it's not just concussions. There are other parts of the bodies that get messed up first, right? And get beat up all the time. And so he's like, you want me to put my body on the line these playoffs? You're not even going to most likely this offseason offer me what I feel is my due. You know what I mean? But
absolutely.
Kate, what do you think, Kate?
What do I think? I think
you've been so quiet.
I know I've been quiet tonight. Sorry. I think Lamar Jackson deserves better than the Ravens. I don't think they've been fair to him. I think he's a really good quarterback. We saw when they weren't giving his money how he went out there and balled and won some really good games for them. So I think it's time for the chapter of the Ravens and Lamar to be done. And I think he should look for a different team. And I think he should go get – everyone talks about these bags that these players should get. I mean – Lamar should go somewhere else and get the bag that he deserves and wants and everything else, because if other quarterbacks can get these bags and maybe not show their performance that they're worth their bags, I think he should sever his ties and go somewhere else and get a different team and a different perspective and get people that really want him and want to pay him and wanted him to succeed. Because I think it's time. There comes a point in a time when an athlete and a team need to look at each other in the mirror and say, we've expended all we're going to do, and I've expended all that I'm going to do, so it's time to go our separate ways. I mean, it's just sometimes that fresh start, that new beginning, that new chapter, that new page. We're shutting the Ravens part of it, and we're gonna start maybe he goes to like a Los Raiders, maybe he goes to the Jets. Maybe he goes somewhere else and he does really well for them. And he's valued and he's appreciated. Because nothing's worse than being an athlete on a team when you're not appreciated, you're not valued, you're not looked at like you're a franchise player. Because let's face it, when Lamar Jackson's healthy, the way he moves as a quarterback and the way he can run that ball and how dimensional he is as a quarterback, he can be very much a valuable asset to another team. And so I feel it's time for him to move on and get what he deserves.
Okay.
Instead of sticking around, waiting for a team to make the right offer to him.
Yes.
It's not going to come because he's not going to get the money that he needs. And I think he's protecting himself and saying, I'm not going to play because I have this injury. And I'm not going to risk making it worse when I want to do something else after the Ravens. And I'm going to see what other teams can offer me because you're not going to give me what I want. So
understand that.
I totally respect him for protecting himself for the sake of making himself more profitable in the off season to get those offers that he wants and he deserves.
Absolutely. 100%, Kate. Absolutely. All right, Nicole, what you think?
I mean, there's ants everywhere in everyone's pants. No, there's I mean, more so for him. I guess it is a dawn of a new QB era, and I think with there's a huge wave of quarterbacks that are going to be rolling in this off season, and if he wants to stay relevant, I think he's doing kind of maybe setting himself up for success in taking it into his own hands, because I know that there's going to be a lot of everyone's got ants in their pants. They're moving. Just the QBs though.
and they are moving. You're right.
And just so you know, when you look at the draft in April, you have your Bryce Youngs that are going to be coming in. You got your CJ Strouds. You got all these young quarterbacks that have been doing pretty well for their college teams that are going to come. Probably Stetson Bennett. God, that man's going to be 80 before he goes to the NFL if he has the guts. Sorry, Anthony and Colin. But
I talked so much trash about that man being 80 years old in college. So
so you have these young bucks that are doing really well in college that are coming in this 2023 draft. We've already talked about how this draft class is going to be pretty well stacked for quarterbacks. So these veteran quarterbacks need to start looking at what their next move is before you have these young bucks coming in trying to take over the job that they should be having.
Me and Janae talked about this anyway. We're done. Retire. God, just give these guys, and you have guys that are already young that have been playing for seasons, like the Herberts, the Mahomes. Just go retire, y'all. I know
it's time for your Tom Brady's, your Rodgers, your Ryans, and all of these older quarterbacks to
bow out gracefully.
Look at the next chapter of quarterbacks to come in and let them have their chance.
Absolutely.
So, I honestly think those three need to retire. The three that I definitely think.
100%. We can all agree on that.
I'm kind of ready to see Tom Brady's analysis in a booth, and I'm ready to see whatever Aaron Rodgers does in his afterlife, as he would
a lot of hippie stuff. I'm excited to see hippie stuff.
Right now he's dating
his
daughter, and so he might not leave Green Bay.
I really love his hippie stuff, though.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what he's gonna go into.
And I'm gonna like it, and that makes me angry.
That's
with all this quarterback drama and all this other stuff. I think these veterans need to look out, because the 2024 class is going to be really stacked for quarterbacks too. I'm looking, because the college side of me is saying these veterans have got to get their games together, because we have two classes of quarterbacks coming in. I'm sure Sean will back me up, that are going to be pretty phenomenal. So
Absolutely.
in the 2024 draft, you could see like JJ McCarthy from Michigan coming in and players like that. So, you know,
it's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, it's definitely going to be very interesting in the next 2 years of the draft.
And by the time that comes, you're going to have your Herberts, your Mahomes,
That's
your
what I'm
Allens,
saying.
You're kind of middle-aged at that point.
That's what I'm saying for football. These guys are getting old, even though we know they're not old. But it's like, God, like
but they'll be considered middle-aged by then. Burrow will be considered middle-aged, even though he's the same age as Stetson Bennett. God forbid. But
oh my God.
Someone come talk to me when Arch Manning's on the Cowboys. That's what I'll do.
Like 5 years from now. Oh man, that's wild.
Well, Dak will be an old man, and we'll be ready for new.
That's true.
Let's go.
Oh my God.
That's something that these seasoned, we'll call them, quarterbacks need to think about, because we got a lot of youngins coming up that are going to be pretty phenomenal in the NFL.
Absolutely, which is why Lamar needs to go ahead and get on another team and let's get this thing moving. They're not going to pay him. Roll out. Absolutely. All right, guys. So that was the NFL drama. I know we touched on a couple quarterbacks, but there's always some drama. And if you guys heard about something, please hit us up. Even if during the week, if you guys hear about something and you feel like we need to talk about it on the show, please hit us up. You know each of our names. You know that we're here. Please hit us up for the Let's Talk Football family so we know what's going on. All right, so we got to get on to the famous last segment of the show, which is one of the best segments of the freaking. Oh, wait, no, we got one more thing.
We got predictions, but that's okay. It's okay. No worries. Listen, before we do predictions, and I know I didn't play this clip, but it's one of my favorite clips. So I'm gonna play the Drama in NFL segment clip because it features our co-host Nicole, I love it. And so before we go into predictions, I do want to show it, and then we'll go into our predictions for round one.
Let's go. Ooh, ladies, we got to talk about some drama. Yes, Nicole. The drama of this week was insane. Ooh.
I love that clip.
I freaking love it. I absolutely love it, man. We do got some picks. We definitely have some picks. And you guys got to shout out your picks. We got a full weekend of football. Ladies, man, it's going down. It is.
I'm pulling up the bracket because I need it.
Thank you, because I had it queued also. So thank you for you.
Sweet. I need a visual.
No, I do too. Hello, teachers in the room, right? I was like,
we gotta have it. All right, guys. So we got a full weekend of football coming up. The first game that we have on Saturday is the Seattle Seahawks and the 49ers. Who are we going for?
49ers.
Oh, got a 49ers.
Upset Seahawks. Let's go, Gino.
Okay, we got a Seahawks, we got a 49ers.
Hey, Brock Purdy just got Offensive Rookie of the Month.
That's true.
Hey, but playoffs are a different ball game. But let's go. Let's go Seahawks.
He can do it.
I'm gonna go Niners, but I am waiting for the shoe to drop on Brock Purdy. It'll be interesting. I think this game will make me feel like how far the 49ers really gonna go. So this will be a good test to see how well he can do in the playoffs. I know it's Seattle, so it's not the best, but
we will see.
Game. I mean, Pete Carroll's he's not new here. He knows what he's doing. So.
Let's go, Gino.
We got one Seahawks. We got two San Francisco's. All right, what you got, Nicole?
I'm going to go with the good old 49ers.
Oh, the 49ers. Looks like people believe in that Purdy Purd. But I'm going to go ahead and go with my girl Delilah and say the Seahawks. I'm just hoping that this could be a miracle game where they shut down the team that everybody's currently scared of right now on the NFC. So
I hope they do, because I'd rather see Seattle later than the Niners.
Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all? So the very next game that we have right after that at 8:15 on Saturday, the Chargers and the Jaguars. Delilah, what you thinking?
Let's go Jaguars. I'm rooting for the Cinderella team. Let's go.
Underdogs.
Let's go underdogs. As you can see by both picks, our underdog teams. Come on, man. Make it happen. Let's go Jags. Let's go Seattle.
Oh, let's see. Ash, what you thinking?
I'm gonna go Chargers. Let's go Herbie.
Okay. All right. Kate, what's up?
I'm going the man with the quarterback I think has the prettier hair and the prettier looks. And I'm going with Trevor Lawrence, and I'm going with the Jaguars.
Okay.
I'm ready to see this young man get his flowers because I know he's a good quarterback, and I know that team's going somewhere. So I'm going Jags. I'm ready to see the Chargers go bye-bye.
Let's go. All right, Nicole.
I know he's not on the team anymore, but Blake Bortles. James.
Not Blake Bortles.
She's going for the Jags, ladies and gentlemen. She's going for the Jags. Okay. All right. I think that the Chargers, I think the Chargers could pull it off. I do think the Chargers could pull it off. I do think that Herbert and now the Allen and everybody else is healthy. I think that they have a great opportunity to do it. So I'm going to go for the Chargers. All right. The next game and the first game that we have on Sunday, which we're all excited about, we got the Dolphins, who are probably going to be Tua-less, versus the Bills. I think we can all unanimously say that we're going to go for the same Bills team. Does anybody doubt? I mean, does anybody think the Dolphins are going to pull it off?
There's no
Skylar
way.
Thompson playing. I think.
No way. They went
Well,
back to their with the practice squad quarterback. Man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not even Teddy.
Yeah, no.
So
Right.
as you can see, we're all realistic and we're giving you honest feedback. Nobody thinks that the Dolphins are going to win. So we're going to move on to the next game, which is
Sorry, Bobby.
interesting.
If you
Sorry,
ever watched
yeah.
this show.
Sorry, so sorry. Hey, but we got to move on to this next one because I feel like we're all going to have mixed emotions about this because it's going to be a very interesting game. We got the Giants and we got the Vikings. What are you thinking, Delilah?
I'm gonna go with Dallas. I'm gonna go with Dallas. Like
No. We got it's the Giants versus.
Oh, sorry. Ooh, I skipped ahead. Sorry about that. Take my pick for the next one. I know Kate's looking at me now, crazy, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Released early, yes.
Sorry about that. I jumped ahead of bracket. Sorry, that's why. And I'm wearing glasses too. I'm sorry. I'm like staring at the bracket like this. You know what? It's gonna go to Minnesota. It would be cool if I wouldn't be upset though if the Giants win, but I just think in general, like just Justin Jefferson, we saw led and Pat, like it was crazy. Like he was just guns blazing, jets on, and just like to me, even though the Giants kind of came together, I think overall though that Minnesota is the better team on both sides of the football. And so I'm going with the Vikings for this one.
Okay, Ash, what you got?
I'm gonna go Vikings. I just don't think there's a way that the Giants defense can stop Hawkinson, Thielen. Even if you shut down Justin Jefferson,
Exactly.
you still have Dalvin Cook. I don't see it happening. So I'm gonna go Vikings.
Right.
Oh, we got two Vikings. Kate, what you think?
Captain Pretty Boy is going to definitely take down Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley of the New York Giants. There's no way with Jefferson. And I'm sorry, I think Kirk O'Chains is going to do really good.
Kirk O'Chains.
I really do. Kat, I'm cheering for your Michigan State boy if you're still in the comments.
Okay.
I'm gonna cheer for him over the Duke quarterback. So, which usually I always go Duke. Sean will tell you, but I there's no way the Vikings can't win that game.
Okay, all right. Well, you got their picks. All right, Nicole, what you thinking?
I think his diamond chains will weigh him down, and that's going to make way for a great, huge giant from New York called the New York Giants.
Oh, here we go.
I would rather the Giants win because I want to play them again too.
All right,
There
with
we
the
go.
Giants.
There we go. You heard it. Now you're hearing it first. All right, guys. I'm also gonna have to go with my girl Nicole. I'm feeling like the Giants defense will be able to do it. I think that the last time that they saw each other, the Giants defense pounced on Cousins, and he did. It was a definitely tough but I think that they could do it. I think if they stay focused and they just ride this high that they've been doing, I think they can have a possibility of taking out the Vikings. So we will see. It's definitely going to be interesting. All right, and the last game on Sunday is the Ravens versus the Bengals. Ravens versus the Bengals. This should be very interesting, and we're going to go from the bottom up. Nicole, what you thinking?
Well, Sean, we're doing this week by week, okay? Can't spoil it. I'm with the Bengals and the Baltimore.
Yes.
Oof. Well, I'm going to go with a Burrows.
All right, Burrow, Smokey Smooth in Kate's words. All right, where you going with, Kate?
You know I'm gonna go with my boy, my man, Mr. Smokey Smooth.
There we go.
Joe Burr. How can you go wrong when he's got Higgins, he's got Boyd, he's got Mixon, he's got Chase, he's got all these offensive weapons, he's got Hayden Hurst, he's got so many weapons, and the offensive line has done a beautiful job protecting him lately. And let me just say, I feel like they had the momentum going into that Monday night game before we had the DeMar Hamlin incident. I felt like the momentum was with the Bengals that game. And so I just feel like there's no way that they can't go really, really far. So Bengals.
All right.
Who they think is gonna beat the Bengals? Nobody.
Oh, Lord.
They didn't took the Saints, man. They didn't take the Saints song, man. All right, Ash, what you thinking?
I'm going with my boy T. Higgins and Joe Burr.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Especially without Lamar.
Yeah.
The team's not the same without Lamar, so I'm definitely going Bengals. And it's a division rival, so the Bengals are going to come out hard.
Absolutely. I definitely think it's going to be interesting. All right, Delilah, what you thinking?
I'm going to go with Bengals on this one. Again, only because they have the same situation that Dolphins do. They don't have Lamar. If Lamar was in there, I actually would have given them the edge, to be honest.
Yeah,
but he's not. So I'm going to go with the Bengals on this one.
I totally understand. I'm going with the Bengals as well for all the reasons that they said, man. Lamar is not in. I don't think it's going to be as interesting when the Bengals have been pretty offensively high powered. So I don't think that I don't think it's going to be a stomp out as far as slowing them down with the offense. I mean, they could score it anyway. Like they said, Boyd, T. Higgins. I mean, they just, every time I look and there's a score by a different person. So he's got enough weapons. They can get it done. All right. For the last team that plays on Monday night, 8:15 Eastern Standard Time, ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And of course, I will take this one first because I'm going to be big and bold to say my boys are going to shock the world and they're going to win this game. Dallas Cowboys winning. Nicole, what you thinking?
Just if you couldn't hear me the first time, I wrote it down here so everyone can see it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, look at she wrote a star and everything. You saw that?
It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I actually want that. Nicole, mail it to me because I'm going to frame it when my team goes all the way. Let's go. All right. This next one I'm gonna call. I just don't know about this one. I don't know. I love this girl to death, but man, she's gonna cook my grits today. But it's okay. Kenny, who you thinking is gonna win the game?
Mr. Who's undefeated against the Dallas Cowboys and the game's at home because we won our division. So we're gonna fire some cannons. We're gonna raise some flags, and we're gonna send the most intercepted quarterback back home to Dallas, to his mama, and the GOAT's going to do it. He's going to come together and shut the Cowboys down because that's what he does.
Wow, Kate. Okay, you heard it from Kate first. She's sticking with her boy. She's riding with
you. Better believe it.
Let's go. All right, Ash, what you thinking? I know you.
Okay. I don't know, Nicole, when you made that little paper there, but I was writing down who everyone was picking.
Nice.
I was writing down who everyone was picking so I could make a graphic and share it on the page so everyone knew our picks. But I had out of the bottom that everybody is gonna take them boys.
We them boys.
That's so
We
funny.
did not plan that.
All
That's
right.
amazing.
That's
I
so
love it.
funny. I love it. That was great.
Obviously, I'm taking the Cowboys. Duh.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking
They're also
about.
the favorite. I'm gonna hammer the spread, so we're gonna cover.
Let's go.
All
Let's
right.
go. 2.5 right now, right? 2.5.
And it moves to 2.5. This man's gonna have a game.
Let's go. All right, Delilah.
Well, I already
What-
said my pick like way rounds earlier, but no, I think Dallas will break the curse. I think they'll get the win in the playoffs. I do agree because I did watch your Monday show, and it's true. Dallas seems to bounce back after a loss somehow. Like they just come back and win a bunch of games. I know it's the playoffs; it's different. I get it. It's not that I don't understand the caliber. I understand there's a difference between a regular season and a postseason. But I do think that I think that Dallas is going to get it done. I think they're going to get that W, and I think they'll move on to the second round. And so that's my pick, Dallas.
Woo! Oh man, I loved all these picks. And ladies, I know we are so excited for this weekend. This weekend is about to
Did
be.
Delilah go?
I have no idea.
Potty break.
She's coming. She's coming. She's coming. I know that we're going to have a fantastic playoffs, man. I just can't wait. Ladies, do you guys have something planned? I mean, is something going down at your house? I know I'm just going to be relaxing, trying to, get as much food as possible and drink as much beer and have a great, fantastic 3-day weekend watching football. Anybody else got plans?
I'm glad I don't have to work on Monday because I'm gonna be stressing all day.
Woo! Yes, yes. We have to be able to calm our spirits all day for Monday, all day.
Mhm.
I might call in
I
Tuesday
work Monday,
depending on how this
so-
goes.
Can't you work on Monday?
Yes, we're open Monday. The pot business doesn't close down just because it's Martin Luther King Day.
All right, all right. Well, people may be coming there to celebrate, I guess.
Well, let me just tell you, they will come in and probably get their celebratory joint or whatever.
All right. Well, hey, look.
But Sunday night I will be home to be able to watch my Mr. Smoky Smooth, and Monday night I'll be home to watch my Tommy. So
You'll be able to make your important games that you want to make.
Yeah.
I will
There's
be
some
live
games that I'll
on
just
Tuesday.
watch at work as I work but it's all right. I'm home for my 2 important games.
I know that's right. Nicole, what you doing?
Oh well, I hope they're not during the day on Monday.
No,
No,
just the night.
nothing's during the day. Just one night game, and then the rest are on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching you guys watching the game.
Are you doing the show Monday night with the game,
Huh?
Danae?
I don't know. I don't think I can handle Sean on a Monday where we
Yeah,
have
I will.
All I
so
gotta
much
say is
pressure.
everybody that is a who's who of football is going to be at that game on Monday. Like let First Take is going to be there. All the announcers of
Everybody's gonna
everybody
be
gonna
there.
be there. So that's the big game for them.
It is a huge game. So
And
I
no
probably will
matter what,
cancel on Sean. I probably will cancel on Sean because I can't take him beating me up prior to
no
the game.
matter what the outcome is, I'll always love you, Ash and Janae.
Thank you. We would love you as well. We may not
I will
talk
be
to you for a week.
unbearable, is all I have to say.
What?
I will be unbearable if we win.
I'm cutting everyone off for the week if we lose. No, I'm just kidding.
I love you all.
The
I will
Buccaneers
be
winning the
unbearable.
Super Bowl.
But as you can see, we're really excited for this weekend. It's going down. If y'all lose, we're definitely going live Tuesday. I know, Sean. I know you're gonna find me. I know you're gonna find me. All right,
Janae
guys, we
has
gotta
baby
get on
duty.
to the
She
last
can't make
segment.
it.
We gotta get on to the last segment. Ladies have the final say, man. We just get so excited because we always want to end with our powerful voice because we have voices and we want to say it loud. So, Kate, what does your ladies have the final say?
My ladies have the final say is sometimes in life you have to turn the chapter and turn a new page and move on to what's better for you in your life. And if that means that people have to leave, you have to leave a new job, you have to leave friends, you've got to do what you got to do to make your own life happy. In 2023, it's all about getting rid of toxicity And if there's toxicity in your life, don't feel afraid to get rid of it and to move on. And if that is people, place, or thing, get rid of it.
Do it.
Because there's no time in your life for toxicity. Like there's no time for it. So if there's a person that doesn't see and value your worth, then you don't need to see or value them. So my
Absolutely.
thing for 2023 is circle yourself around the people that want the best for you and want to be in your corner and want to have your back, and keep those people close, because it's better to have 4 quarters than 100 pennies always. So just 2023 is all about being healthy, always about being healthy. So and if that, I'm just really trying to focus on being around those people that are good for me to be around and have in my life. So getting rid of the toxicity and getting rid of the people that don't want me in their lives. I don't need to have them in my life. So
Absolutely.
that's my lady's final say. Get rid of your toxicity and your life will be amazing.
Absolutely. 100%. I love that. I love that. Nicole, what does your ladies have the final say?
Well, it's a little bit different. It's just because it's a Thursday and I'm feeling a little bit quirky. I just
Nicole feeling quirky.
yeah.
Never.
Never.
If you're feeling bored, boring, or that life's not interesting, just say something weird and make a funny noise in the spot that you are, and just think no one has ever done that same noise, that same sound at the same time in that same spot that you're in. So you, my friend, are creating memories. So
Boom.
I don't know, just be you, be unique. If you want to feel unique and fun, say something weird in a spot that you've never been.
I like that. I like that. See, this is good. That's a good final say, Nicole. Do it. I'm going to do it when I feel bored. I'm going to do it. All right. Delilah, what you got for ladies at a final say?
All right, I'm ready. All right, so one of my favorite women in the world, because I like celebrating women, is Dolly Parton. And something that she's been quoted saying is like, if you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one, right? Because it's so important. Like, if there's something going on that you don't like you have the power to change it, right? Make those adjustments. I'm not saying it's easy, because that's not what I'm saying. I'll never say that, because everybody is dealing with their own stuff. But if there is things going on that you just are not liking, if you're not happy with your life as is, in whatever aspect, change it up, right? Mix it up, do something else. Like, see what happens if you make a slight adjustment to what's going on with you. It could be really small. It doesn't have to be monumental. I feel like people always think that they have to do some monumental change, but really it's incremental, right? I mean, to quote Sean, right? It's not the race, right? Like he loves saying, and it's kind
That
of
is so
like,
true, though. It is true.
right? Right. And it kind of goes along that same thing. Like, if you don't like the road you're walking on, then it's true. Like, pave a new one, find a new feet forward. Because honestly, look what we're talking. Like I'm happy that Damar Hamlin is alive and well, and that he's recuperating. But you don't know, right? You don't know, right? So death and taxes are certain, right? Like,
yes.
But it's like, and so if there is something right now that's going on that you're not happy with, or just not content, make some adjustments, right? Just pave your own path, so that, that's what I wanted to say. Like, just small incremental changes. It doesn't have to be large and like life-changing per se.
Absolutely.
But just a small shift, a small adjustment, maybe a slight thinking too, like the way you're thinking, just a slight change and shift and a focus, and then try that new path and see how that goes for you.
I love it. Absolutely. All right, Ash, what you got for your ladies at the final say?
My final say is to show yourself a little bit of grace. I know with the new year, it always feels like you have to like reset and set all these goals for yourself, and you hold yourself up to like I know I said I was going to work out more, get back on like a good schedule. I have completely dropped the ball on that all week. and was kind of beat myself up for it. But it's like it doesn't matter. I can just start again tomorrow. Just because it's a new year doesn't mean you have to overload yourself with all these like big expectations of how, because I know that happens to a lot of people, not necessarily even with like New Year's resolutions, but just goals and things you want to do. I know I have a few things that I wanted to start in the new year that I have not even started yet, so I don't feel great about myself, but I'm going to show myself grace and just get them started when I feel like I can, because it doesn't have to start January 1st. You can
Absolutely.
start whenever. So if you have big goals that you wanted to get done this year and you've kind of had a slow start, it doesn't mean you still can't accomplish them. And just be nice to yourself. Don't beat yourself up over it.
Absolutely, 100%. That kind of goes into what I was going to say for my ladies have the final say, because I saw this this encouraging meme earlier this morning, and it kind of stuck with me all day. So it says, eventually all pieces fall into place. Until then, laugh at the confusion, live for the moment, and know that everything happens for a reason. So no matter what that you have gone through, or no matter how bad you're feeling, or anything that's going on in your life that doesn't quite seem like it should be, just don't worry. You know, like it says, laugh at the confusion and live for the moment right now. Stop, thinking about, oh, I wish I was here at this point in my life. You got to stop worrying about all that, because tomorrow will take care of itself. Today is all that really, really matters. Who's in your life, like Kate said, your family, the people that are around you that are positive. And just remember that everything in life happens for a reason. So you may not have that job that you want right now, or you may not have that career, or whatever you want at this moment. But remember, this may be where you need to be right now to prune you to get ready for when you get ready to blossom in that next position, or whatever you're getting ready to do. So remember, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're feeling, or how it seems right now, just remember, it always is going to work itself out. Just stop worrying about the what's going to happen tomorrow, because remember, like I said, it's always going to happen and take care of itself. Worry about today. Be grateful for what you have today, and remember, everything is going to be all right. So
I love you, ladies.
Oh, we love you guys so much. Oh my God. I love this show. It just gives us an opportunity to get together with some dynamic superstar women. I just freaking love each and every one of you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. And I wouldn't want to be on this show with anybody else. And we are so glad that you guys tuned in today. So we hope that you enjoyed it. We will be back next Thursday. Fingers crossed, me and Ash will have a smile on our faces. And one of Kate's team wins, so that she has a smile on her face.
The Bengals win. The Bengals win. Tom Brady can lose.
There we go. That was the one team.
They split it for you.
There we go.
There's a certain reason I need the Bengals to keep winning.
All right. So see, she's got her plot going on. So we love you guys, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back next Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we can't wait to see you. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, see y'all later.
Well, that went well.